Good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the Council. I'm Lenny Austin, Chief of Police for the City of Columbia Heights. Before I get started with tonight's presentation of the 2021 Columbia Heights Police Department budget, I would just like to take a few moments and talk briefly about 2020. As you know, the city has been faced with many challenges over this past year. The pandemic, especially early on, proved to be a significant challenge. Adjustments to police operations were made, and everyone at the police department adapted and continued to provide the needed services in order to keep police operations moving forward. And then May 25th happened. May 25th and the death of George Floyd is something that shook the world. Those first few days after May 25th were some of the most challenging times that I have seen in my 31-year career in policing. What I can tell you is that during these times, the officers and civilian staff really stepped up and kept the city safe and handled these challenges with a level of professionalism that we all should be proud of. The aftermath of George Floyd continues to be a challenge, and we will continue to see challenges and opportunities in this aftermath for years to come. Our officers will continue to lead the way in policing as we continue to accomplish our mission of crime fighting and public safety. I also want to take one moment and thank all of you for your unwavering support during these times. Over the years, the support of the City Council and citizens has always meant so much to the police department. But this year, it meant even more. So from all of us at the Columbia Heights Police Department, thank you. So moving forward into the 2021 budget, the major changes that we're going to be seeing for the 2021 budget is in personnel. For the 2021 Columbia Heights Police Department budget, the major changes come out of this 2019 staffing study that was conducted and the recommended personnel changes that came with that. So for 2021, the police department is requesting a 29th sworn officer position. The police department is also requesting a second full-time community service officer. It should also be noted that effective January of 2021, all CSO positions will be subject to a 3-year employment term. This will allow the department greater flexibility in using these positions as a recruitment tool for the sworn officer ranks. Under supplies, the majority of the line items in this section are requested at or below the 2020 funding levels. Line item 2282, the gas, oil, and lubricants section, is budgeted for $9,000 less than we had budgeted for in 2020. This is due to the addition of 2 more hybrid vehicles. As you may recall, 2020 is the year the police department has first started utilizing hybrid squads, and so far we have had good success with these vehicles. The vehicles are performing well, and preliminary results show a 50% increase in fuel economy with these hybrid squads. We are hopeful that we will see even more cost savings as we continue to transition to hybrid vehicles and as green technology continues to evolve. Under other services and charges, under line 3050, expert and professional services, $5,000 has been budgeted for services related to the Alexandra House Victim Services. This is the second year of this requested expenditure. Also in 2021, the shared costs for the Anoka County Public Safety Data System will have an increase of $3,250 over the 2020 budgeted amount. Additionally, as you all are aware, officer wellness is a critical part of the Columbia Heights Police Department strategic plan. As part of this, the police department is budgeting $4,500 for services to competent therapists related to officer wellness. This year, the police department was also able to start this initiative, and we will continue this officer wellness program into 2021. Under line 3105, other services and charges, we're also including an additional $5,000 to cover a captain's attendance at the Northwestern School of Staff and Command for 2021. This is important developmental training for police administrators and is excellent training in preparation for the captains to attend the FBI National Academy in the future. This funding will be included in future budgets to cover training for both captains and sergeants. Under line 4100, rents and leases, the police department will be, going into 2021, will be in year 4 of a 5-year lease agreement with Axon for body-worn cameras and storage. The police department is increasing this amount by $5,000 due to additional costs over time for storage of electronic files. The total amount for the Axon agreement is $25,000. For capital equipment, the police department is requesting the purchase of 2 Ford Explorers to be used as patrol vehicles and 1 Chevy Traverse or similar vehicle for use as an unmarked vehicle. The projected cost for Explorers is $37,250 each, and we are budgeting $27,000 for 1 unmarked vehicle. The police department is also budgeting $50,230 for the outfitting of these vehicles. For 2022 and beyond, just some things that I wanted to bring to your attention. Some things to consider and to keep in mind. Currently, police and fire are conducting significant upgrades to the training room for its Emergency Operations Center capability. We will continue to research and consider other maintenance updates over the next several years, such as carpeting and tile, and will continue to keep the building modern and cared for. Additionally, with building security, the events of this summer have highlighted the importance of security at public facilities. The police department and fire department are already in the process of conducting security upgrades to the public safety building. The police and fire departments will continue to research additional security measures as needed. One thing that 2020 has also shown is that public safety will continue to face more challenges in an ever-changing environment. The skills and knowledge required to effectively deal with these challenges requires education and extensive and ongoing training in several disciplines. The police department is analyzing training needs of our staff in order to ensure that they are properly trained. It will be necessary to continue to critically review the training needs in order to make sure the training that is needed is administratively feasible and advances our mission of public safety and crime reduction. Anoka County Criminal Investigation Division continues to investigate higher numbers of death investigations and sexual assault cases county-wide when compared to past years. The need to prioritize these types of cases can and does impact CID's ability to conduct investigations on other felony cases that the police department routes to them for assistance. The police department will be reevaluating our protocols for determining which cases are forwarded to CID for investigation and which cases we investigate ourselves. This may have an impact on operations as well as budgetary issues. We strongly feel that we should make every attempt to put police department resources towards solving crimes and making arrests whenever possible in order to better serve victims and reduce crime and maximize public safety in our community. And lastly, community policing. The Columbia Heights Police Department has worked hard and continues to work hard to build relationships in our community. Our community policing efforts will continue in order to reduce crime, increase public safety, and continue to build public trust. Even though COVID has given us some unforeseen challenges, it has forced us to look at other opportunities this past year that we have capitalized on as we continue to evolve in our community policing efforts. We have some unique opportunities to build on the foundations that we already have in order to advance our mission of active partnerships with the community in order to protect life, property, innovatively solve problems, and enhance the safety and quality of life in the communities that we serve. Thank you very much.